Okay, so early pathing. We can both agree. I think this is pretty clear. You're gonna get hard kited if you try to gank bot with no setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's correct to hover mid on your reset. The memory ends up basing and ganking top. I think we can agree with this. And this is just cope. Not much to say. Your one Q is not gonna kill him, so or E auto Q is not
Yeah.
gonna kill him. It's not that close. I know it looks close, but like you kind of can just feel like it's actually not that close.
But I feel like if I bought double longsword instead of Sheen, it would have worked, but
Maybe true. I do think double longsword is better. I will say that.
yeah. I just wanted to try Sheen.
Yeah.
Because like my reasoning behind it is that it can get off double Qs with your clone when you're clearing, if you have CDR.
Yeah. I think what you're doing here is actually pretty good. You just had to pull the grubs, right? I think you should be doing the grubs here, Alvin. I just think the pulling is pretty important here.
Yeah.
The only thing to say about this play is just there's a little bit of lag, right? You think you're gonna do the camp and then you don't auto queue, and then you queue W, right? Instead of auto queue, then W, then queue him again, and he would be dead right here. Like he would already actually just be dead right now.
Yeah.
And then you would kill Ezreal, and then like this play would be good. I think so far, right? It's just execution. Like all your decision making is good. It's just your playmaking in the decision. Like the grobs, I totally agree. Your pathing, I totally agree with. Um, the flash, like I kind of agree as well. If you had double longsword, you actually probably bop him there. So this play is also, I agree, you should be moving right. You just killed, and Jinx is about to push, so why not just move into the jungle, right? And push them out.
Yeah.
You have ulti in 20, but it still doesn't matter because you have a Janet there. So this is all good. It's just execution on the mechanics. This is good. Now you probably can get Triforce. Yeah, I'll probably say here. Actually, it's fine to open bot, but yeah, your bot lane needs to base basically. So ideally here, Alvin, you recognize your bot lane needs to base. Unless you're gonna kill the Ezreal Zyra right here, which clearly they show they're going to go dragon or base. Your bot lane should be basing, which means you shouldn't be bot side because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Unless there's literally nothing to do top side, but there is because both top laners are laning. And luckily you have Scuttle Crab up too over there. So
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
one problem Wukong has is his ability to gap close. So he's already pincered, right? Because he's leaning to the wrong side. I think you should try to avoid using your W to engage because it's one of your strongest abilities that has one of the longest cooldowns, right?
Yeah.
The problem with Wukong is you need to gap close, and W is one of the things that help you gap close after they dash, flash, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely recommend, like as a last resort, using your W to gap close initially. Instead, find ways to just EQ, and then find angles to W after that.
Yep.
Really good. Oh my god, the Monkey King power slap. Damn, you should have punished this guy.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you get hooked, he doesn't even get in auto attack range of you. Like he barely gets in auto. He would have to walk up even deeper, right? So
Yeah.
this is where it doesn't matter if you get. There's a difference in getting hooked, like in front of his face, and he's still auto attacking you, and then max range hook, right? And he pulls you in, and then he gets the auto you once as your CC.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy should just die here.
Yeah. He knows die anyways, but you're right. He could have lived, I think.
Yeah. I think here might just be awareness issue, right? Because of like where all the pieces are on the map. Like you get the kill, but there's like a lack of recognition of the map movement going on here. Your bot lane got pushed all the way in, and their bot lane's shifting up. So even though it's 4v5, it's actually 4v4, and you don't have ulti, right?
Yeah.
I think one habit to pick up here is whenever you make a play where you have to expend resources, right? I.e., your ulti, which is a long cooldown. You have to be very cautious of starting objectives after, right? Because generally the best time is to start objectives after you make a good play. But generally after you make a good play, you have to expend resources. So or during the play you have to expend resources. So basically the habit to pick up here would definitely be are you actually able to fight without ultimate if you start? Because when you start, you're basically saying, hey, come fight me, right?
Yeah.
They have to be all bot side, or you're saying, yeah, come fight me, basically. And if you don't want that smoke, right, then you should recognize you could start it and make them like sweat a little bit and like, oh, he's doing hell, go guys, come, and then you could just do blue or something. But you definitely can't commit based on the map state.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like my positioning was like I positioned like I had ult, but I didn't. Like I walked back into the pit to like get a E over the wall, right?
Yeah, and it's like 4v4. It's like fake, right? You killed Kled, but it's 4v4 still. So without your ulti,
Yeah.
very deceiving. Sometimes you're gonna make the mistake, right? This situation comes up where you start an objective and you can't actually do it. These situations, unless you're able to turn on them, it's literally best to just either let people die or just go farm in the meantime while they're dying.
Yeah.
Because yeah, this extended play is what I can see now is making the game really hard on this play.
Mm.
I think this is probably the most biggest moment in the game, besides like the misplayed skirmish on a Mumu bot side.
Yeah. Yeah, we lose a tier 2 and like everything.
That was really good. Yeah, losing a tier 2 is like to Kled. Now he's, even though he's dying, he's inting, but he's got a lot of gold of the previous plays in tier 2. Okay, so they do the Zyra thing and then do Baron. That's actually unfortunate. Probably, this is probably just Zyra specific. You have to be more. Wait, it's not Baron. What the f did I say? It's Herald. My bad. I thought it was Baron for a second. Alright, now Baron's up. I think a good habit, you really need to get in the habit of auto queuing if they're not running away, right? If you're standing and banging, that's going to be your max DPS combo, right?
Mm.
You missed 3 auto queues here, so basically you've missed 3 auto attacks for like a half-second auto reset.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing again, unless your team's going to carry you. I really want to extended fight here, you just burned your ulti. You're not exactly the best into the Moo Kled Zara. Didn't have MR. Oh, this sucks.
Like, I don't know why mid and ADC is mid, but
Yeah. I mean,
should I
Lux is
sit
good.
top then and give soul? Like,
Oh, is it Soul Soul? Oh, it is. Oh, nah, don't give Soul. This Soul's really good for the opponent. Oh, nice engage though. See what I mean? Like, if you pressed your W and EQ altered, like, you would have probably, you would have taken a lot more damage and potentially just die over here. This is a
yeah.
good engage. Really good. Oh, very nice. We're dealing with sides. Jinx reset gets cancelled and dies. You're trying to cold mid. Okay, so this would work 99% of the time, except for reveal champs, right? I think this is just Wukong mastery. Like one of your weaknesses is champs that reveal you, right? Like for example, Kaiser W would be the same, right? If Kaiser W'd you, in your W, then like obviously they're gonna do this too, right? Kled revealed you, so now you can't play the game.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have a Kled Q there, like you'd take 0 damage, and then you would actually probably protect the tower, and then you'd turn on them or something. But this is just champion specific interaction that like you have to be aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're splitting again for the soul, which I don't really agree with. I think that's stupid, but he could just get Soul and the game would be pretty much won. Because this Soul with Ezreal Zyra is unplayable. I really like Disengage as well. Obviously, like, you could play it better just by being conscious of, like, Zyra has to EU. And trying to bait the Zyra E without getting hit, right? That was probably going to be the best. But other than that, like, I really like Disengage. I wish you would have just went, like, straight away after you're unCC'd. Because now nothing's stopping you, right, from going forward. And you have Starax. You should definitely be trading abilities in the front here. Like W, EQ ult, and then spin and spin and bop everyone in the head once with Sun Sky. And you'll probably like absorb so much damage that they all end up dying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys win this here, but my main problem with this situation is it's coming back to champion mastery again. Understanding the dynamics against the champions you're versing. Right, you're playing Wukong, so your problem is gap closing, right? So unless they're giving you the angle to gap close, or for some reason you can W EQ ult and it will work, right? Like the Baron situation, you can't interact with these champs.
Yep.
You have to never be in front of them unless you're willing to engage on them, right? So you're either looking from the side or you're not in front of them at all.
Yep.
Yeah, so honestly, this review is a lot about like the decision making. I would rarely find anything to disagree with. Just what you do during the choices you make, right? Like we talked about the grub scenario where you just had to pull the grubs because um like you had to get out basically anytime Kleb was gonna move. And then we talked about the fight bot side. In the bot side Gromp with the combo, E auto Q and not opening with W or trying to avoid opening with W. No, this was just the combo actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we just like try not to open with W if you don't need to. Your only gap close tool. And then, well, this is like not champion mastery from Wukong, but more like if they use their CC and they don't do any damage to you, then more than likely you can turn on them, right?
Yep.
Like remember the Baron Pit situation where you engaged on them like half. You kind of engaged on them, but you didn't, right? Like you did, and then you kind of didn't. Like you know how wait, was it here? The next Baron. Is there no next Baron?
Yeah, next Baron.
Oh yeah, here. Like you get CC'd, but then no one actually hits you, and then you like W to run away, but then you're like, wait a second, you can go in, right? It's like if you ever get CC'd and no one touches you, that's probably a cue that you can actually go in now.
Yep.
So that's something like actually a very good takeaway to keep in mind. Just in the future. On that, I think it's just good decision making. Just